Hi. So, going off of the title alone, you might think this girl is gonna lose it, and I might just. Yeah, I mean, if a ranty type of video is not totally your thing, it's no biggie. But if you've seen the intro or the thumbnail or whatever, and you would like to know more about what happened and try to avoid this from happening to you too, let's jump right into it. So for those of you who are new here, and let's quickly just be real, I'm just as new to all of this too, actually. My name is Elsaby and I'm posting as RedBlend Rosacea. So if you found this video and it maybe seems like something that you might be able to gain something from, or you maybe think there's something that you might learn from this video, I'm so happy that you are here. It means that you're probably here because there's something going on your skin, and irregardless of how bad or how mild it is what you are struggling with your skin, you are seriously looking for answers, or what has happened to me has happened to you too. And you know what? Either way, I feel so bad for you, because no one who out there who is seeking out like professional help should ever feel like they are let down by those people. So in today's video, I am going to be getting into the whole reason why I found myself messing around on Instagram and on YouTube, because I mean, what on earth can I add to this entire ocean of beauty bloggers and YouTubers out there? Like, what on earth can I add to the mix? Well, there is a bit of back history into my skin concerns. I'm sorry, I just want to tell you guys, while I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be just doing my makeup as well, like in between me getting through all my notes and stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and go crazy. So there is a bit of back history when it comes to the concerns of my skin, because I've been dealing with a very touchy-feely skin for the past like 20 years. And pretty much it peaked around 3 years ago. And like most kids with like teenage acne, mine started around the age of 10, and I wouldn't say it was ever like severe, like super severe, but I had to go on things like Roaccutane to get it under control. So like the normal things that was advertised like 20 years ago, like Oxy and those types of stuff, never worked for me at all, like at all. But because of the Roaccutane into my high school years and my early 20s, I literally only struggled with the like the hormonal acne that you get on a monthly basis. But then about 3 years ago, I started noticing that something is going on my cheek area, like in this area, like I had spots and it was red, and it's like I've got no idea what's happening there. And it was totally new and weird because I never struggled with dry skin at all before. And one of my friend's moms actually mentioned to me that she reckons that I actually have rosacea, because she also had it too, and she like immediately saw exactly the same symptoms and stuff. So I always kept it in the back of my mind. And yeah, so basically this was me at about 26 years old, and for the first time in my life ever, I hear the word rosacea. And what I did is I switched out my skincare products that I used like since the age of 18. I switched them from the oily skin range to the super severe for dry skin range. It did help somewhat, but I still had the redness going on. And so then I fell pregnant, and like most of you know, when you fall pregnant, a lot of ladies like have issues with their skin because it's hormonal and things, because I thought my skin was going to be like totally crazy during a pregnancy, but it actually wasn't. And then about 7 months after giving birth, I started noticing my skin going like way cuckoo again. And I just spoke to my husband because I was just like at this point where I've had it. I've struggled with my skin my entire life. I need a solution now, like for goodness sake. And we did lots and lots of research, and I was asking recommendations, and I did some more research. And even though I did all of that research, I still made the wrong decision. And that's what's making it so scary for me, because I'm someone who dots my I's and crosses my T's off. So for me to make still the wrong decision, I don't even know what type of advice to give you. But anyway, so finally we decided on a place, and there's a esthetician and an aesthetic medical doctor. So I thought I was in pretty good hands. Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, but guys, just because a website, and this is the mistake that I reckon I made, just because a place has a very fancy looking website, and because I'm just quickly mixing my foundation up because the shade is like way too dark. Just because the website or the Facebook page or like the premises where they are located really looks like top notch, it doesn't really mean, for me, that was just the mistake that I made, because that's what I looked at. Anyway, so I need to also say this too, I'm not bashing the esthetician profession at all, because my issue is not with the profession, it is with the actual person, because the person, how she dealt with me, is what's getting me going. So yeah, I mean, because I know there's definitely professionals out there who know what they are doing and who know when not to be doing something, but there are always people out there who are trying to make a quick buck off you because they can see how desperate you are for help. Be afraid and avoid those people. Afraid of them and avoid them. Avoid them, please. So yeah, what I'm going on about is totally in relevance to the person who dealt with me. Am I ever gonna get my foundation on? Anyway, the individual, the person, not the profession. So anyway, after all the research that we did, we then decided on this place. I went for a consultation, and I was recommended to use some kind of product range that they use in the, it's a very reputable range, I need to add as well. But anyway, it was sold to me as just the right product for my skin concerns, even though she did mention to me that she also reckons, yes, it's rosacea, so she was aware from the start that it is rosacea. Anyway, so she recommends the skin products, and she also recommends that I start doing enzyme peels, because chemical peels will be way too severe on my skin. Anyway, so we went ahead and we bought the products, and we booked the enzyme peel a week after the consultation. And it was probably the worst decision that I could ever make, because that was the turning point for my skin. That was the point where my skin was at its worst. But anyway, and even though I've been dealing with my skin for like the past 20 years, obviously it doesn't make me a professional. So you still go, as soon as you reach a point where what you are trying isn't working anymore, you start seeking out professionals to help you with your skin concerns. which is obvious, it's a given. So I went for the enzyme peel, and just before leaving, she mentions to me that, you know what, there is going to be a little bit of oozing. The thing is, like, the oozing that she's talking about is, for example, if you had a pimple that popped or ruptured or anything, what happens, or if you have a scab, or like your dog or your cat scratches you, that first like liquid that comes up from your skin that forms like a little bit of a crust before the scab forms, that's your platelets coming up to the wound to close off the wound, to protect you internally from contracting a bacteria or a thingy that's not supposed to be there. So that basically tells me that I have open wounds on my skin. I do not know if it's normal for you to have open wounds on your skin if you've had an enzyme peel or chemical peel like that. I don't know. It doesn't feel normal to me. But anyway, so she mentions that to me and she sends me on my merry way, making me think that how my skin is looking at the moment is basically what she is comfortable with, and she's not like seeing any issues from her part, so I reckon this is normal. And that is basically what my skin looked like for the next 3 months. I just need to add that too. But anyway, the next day I started noticing that my skin really started becoming very like sensitive and agitated. But I kept using the products, and I mean, obviously I know that there is some downtime with these types of treatments that you go and have done. And knowing that my skin is so sensitive, I reckon, you know what, it's going to take a little bit more time for things to heal up. Guys, don't be naive, please. If something goes wrong, it went wrong. That's it, point blank. Anyway, after about 2 weeks, and I didn't see any improvement within that time period, I was like, you know what, let me just leave the products, like the daily skincare products, for a while and see if my skin actually starts calming down a bit if I stop using products altogether. And lo and behold, my skin actually started calming down, and there was ever so slight improvement. And at this point, I could not be bothered enough with everything, because I just had it. It was a freaking fortune that we spent on these products. And then to need to now go up and down, back and forth to this woman. I mean, I was a first-time mommy at the time, with a very busy, relatively difficult baby. I can't be going up and down for skin treatments, not knowing what's going to happen. So obviously, if I don't trust the treatments that was done on my skin, and I don't trust the products, because obviously when you stop using the products, your skin starts healing up. I mean, it's common sense. Anyway, so because the fact that she mentioned to me that it's going to take about 3 times, it's going to take about 3 months for the effects, like the benefits of the enzyme peel to show up on my skin, I gave it the 3 months time to wait it out to see if my skin heals up and there's any like improvement on my skin. Yeah, because your skin resurfaces, basically, according to her and according to the professionals out there, which is understandable, because I mean, if you cause trauma to your skin, there's a certain time period that it takes for your skin to regenerate and basically heal from the inside out. So I get that. But anyway, this is the part where I really might seem like I'm gonna lose it, and where I'm gonna probably seem like I'm very emotionally loaded about this, because you know what, with skin treatments and stuff, something can go wrong. It can go wrong. it's a given. Like, if you're dealing with something and you're not totally certain what's gonna work on this person's skin, something can go wrong. It can go wrong, I get that, but it's the way she dealt with me. It's the way she it's basically her like aftercare service. Anyway, so after the suggested 3-month period as suggested by this esthetician, I just sent her like a very like casual check-in email to basically just say, hi, this is what my skin is looking at the moment. Just checking in with you to show you what's been happening with my skin, and just to explain to her that I'm really not satisfied with what my skin's condition is in at the moment, because it feels like it was worse than when I started with her and started with the products. And I was actually better off without seeing her. So I basically just wanted to send her an email to say like, hi, this is what my skin looks like. What now? I'm sitting with like 3/4 of this products left. It cost a fortune. Is there any way that you can meet me halfway with this? Because I need to now go out again and look for another solution for my skin situation. Blah, 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 blah. And let's just say the conversation between the two of us, yeah. The conversation between the two of us basically changed into a situation where she was like literally like tapping me over the fingers for not using the products, number one. She asked me to retake to the products and start using them again. And basically she had an issue with me not informing her immediately that my skin was reacting bad to the ENZYME peel. But I mean, the way my skin looked that 3 months was basically what it looked like when I walked out from the ENZYME peel. So how the hell should I know that there was a bad reaction on my skin? I just reckon, you know what, this is what it's going to be. Anyway, and it was also not as if she checked in with me too. She never followed up with me, because she was the one saying that I need to come back for multiple ENZYME peels. So if your client isn't coming back to you and booking the appointments and you don't follow up with her, I'm not saying you shouldn't, you have to. I'm just saying it's good customer services for those of you who don't know. Anyway, I even went further to send her a photo diary on our first email to show her like, hi, this is basically the progress, like the absolute no progress actually that my skin has been making. And she in so many words told me that even though I sent these photos to her, it is absolutely irrelevant to her. Are you kidding me? I mean, if you could have been living in my skin that time, knowing what my skin felt like, I mean, it was painful even, and if you could have lived in my skin, knowing what it felt like, and someone tell you that the photos that you've been taking, trying to show what it looks like, to tell you that it's irrelevant. Anyway. And again, she also, in so many words, basically blamed me for my skin's condition and what my skin's condition was like. Because when I went for my consultation, I did obviously mention to her that I've been struggling with my skin for like the past 20 years. And yes, I've tried quite a few different products. I mean, it's 20 years that I've been dealing with my skin. So obviously, I was 10 when it started. I've tried lots of products out there. But basically, I am to blame. I'm the one who basically decided to come for the ENZYME peel. I'm the one who decided to buy these products upon your recommendation. Anyway, so the state of my skin, according to her, was totally my fault. And there was so much other things that she said in her email response to me that I actually cried myself to sleep that night, because I couldn't believe that one person can be so rude and so like condescending. I don't even know what the proper word is, but that's just what I feel to say. But yes, so after all of that, I finally like got the courage together, like the last bit of hope and courage together, and I went and saw a dermatologist. And that was the dermatologist that actually treated me when I was 13 with my teenage acne. I should have gone to him in the first place. But anyway, so I went to him and I couldn't believe, after the things that he prescribed for me, that my skin literally started healing. I'm not talking about seeing something on your skin happening and you can't really like decide if there's actually something drastically like changing yet or not. I'm really talking about within a few days, my skin literally went from being inflamed, like lizard-like looking texture, to completely smooth. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, so I went for the appointment with the dermatologist and I explained to him everything that basically happened, and he told me that, you know what, for my skin's condition and what I'm dealing with, an enzyme peel should have never been brought near me at all. But I mean, at the time, I absolutely had no idea. I've never heard about rosacea until the past like 3 years. There's nothing that I really know a lot about it. So how was I supposed to know? How are you supposed to know if you go to the professionals for help and the professionals give you the advice of doing whatever they basically recommend to you? So you basically trust them. You trust them for the knowledge that they have and the experts, like the expertise they have in their field. So when you then go to them and say, hi, this went wrong, you expect them to just have at least a little bit of remorse, like, for goodness sake. But anyway, yeah, so this is my absolute reason why I'm fiddling around on Instagram and on YouTube. It's basically just to say, please don't let this happen to you. This is what it's all about for me. It's basically just to say that please be careful with your skin. Be careful with your body. Be careful with your mind. Be careful with everything like in and around you, because if you feel something is out of place and you feel that you need advice on something health wise, like get yourself to a medical practitioner who you trust, like absolutely trust, and then you take things from there. Because whether you are a teenager or a young adult, or you are a mommy or a daddy with a child and you're starting to notice things changing, that it's things that they shouldn't really be bothered about at that age. Like any one of you feel concerned about something, just take the time, really take the time, and rather go and see a medical professional. Then you've got that, all of that ruled out, and you can take it from there. So clearly I've talked too much and I haven't completed my makeup just yet. So I'm gonna just quickly finish up my makeup and then I'm gonna get back to you guys, and then we're gonna close off this video and say goodbye. So yes guys, I'm finally done babbling about this. Yeah, like I said, I was dreading making this video because I know how emotional I feel about this and how angry I actually still am because of everything that I've gone through. But yeah, it was, we we have these platforms. We have things like Instagram and YouTube and the internet and Facebook, and there's so many ways of reaching out to people, whether they are living your next door living neighbor or if they are in a totally different country from you. There are always people that might even go through the same thing as you, that will have advice for you, that will be encouraging for you, that will support you, that will help motivate you. And that is the one thing that I found was that really helped me, is to reach out to different groups, like the one group I am on Facebook for rosacea. So reach out. Don't ever be afraid to reach out for help. Don't be afraid to ask for information, even if you feel you have to do it anonymously because you feel so ashamed. I know how it feels. I mean, I didn't want to go out, I didn't want to see people, I didn't want to put makeup on my skin because I couldn't. I had a baby girl that I was looking after, that I felt was way more important for me. So yeah, just the main thing is really take care of yourself. Be careful of what you think about, what you consume, things that you put onto your skin, that you use on your skin, because if you find that what I'm talking about and what has happened and what my experience was is maybe something that's ringing bells by you, be careful. And really think about things before you think of treatments and think of doing funny things on your skin, because you might regret it. And if there's anything that I can help you with, if there's any advice that you would like to ask me, you're more than welcome to. I am more than happy to share my information and what I've learned throughout the 20 years that I've been dealing with my skin. I will not be giving out medical advice. I will absolutely, as soon as you start asking things like that's in a medical line, I will definitely recommend you see a dermatologist. But if there's anything that you would like to know about what's happened and what the issue with my skin was and how I got myself from a point where I didn't want to go out because my skin was so severely damaged and bad at the time, to where I'm currently now. I'm currently very happy and content with my skin's condition, even though I'm very red. You're more than welcome to ask me, and I will give you guys as much as possible information as I can. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope there's something that you learned. I hope there is something that you could take away from this video, knowing that, you know what, trust your instinct and trust your gut feeling about something, and don't ever feel bad for standing up for yourself, because there's people out there that just try and be like bulldozers over you. Don't ever let that happen. And don't feel bad for standing up for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the one that need to take care of yourself and take care of your skin and take care of your vessel that you are using to get through this life. And the more you take care of yourself, the better it's gonna be for you. So I am doing lots of videos now in the future about my skincare and what skincare is good and what isn't bad, and what works and what doesn't work. And the thing with rosacea is that that was working for one person maybe isn't working for the next. So it's a very complicated condition, but I will try and post as relevant information and videos as possible. I'm doing lots of makeup tips and trick tutorials when it comes to covering up the red and what products works and what doesn't. So if it feels like you would like these types of videos, you're more than welcome to please click subscribe. And then we can just keep on chatting and seeing what happens, and if we can share all of our tips and recommendations when it comes to skincare and skin cosmetics and makeup brands and all of those things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope we see each other in future again.